Hi there. So, I've been playing around with trees for my game, The Birchman, and I found some tree files here that look fairly good. But, here's the problem. As you can imagine, with a game called The Birchman, you need more than just one tree. You need a forest. So, I could, just copy this one tree around everywhere, and while technically this could be called a forest, it's also very clear to see that this is literally the exact same tree, just placed into rows. And while yes, I could move each of the trees a little bit and make each of them rotated a little bit differently, even then, and even if I start using all the other models I show, that's still a lot of work. So after a little bit of searching, I found an alternative for doing it manually. It's a free plugin that you can search for through the Godot asset library really easily, and it's called Proton Scatter. And what it does is it can take any asset you give it, and it will turn it around and place it in your area randomly. Now, I already have this downloaded, so I'm just going to show you how it works. So all you have to do is add a new child node to the scenes, but specifically the proton scatter one right here. And as you can see, it made the area within this shape full of cubes. But notably, they're only in the area that would be considered the ground. Now I can expand the area that the plugin works on, and over here, the scatter item, this is what asset the plugin will place in the area. And here, if I just change this path to any scene, but for me, we're going to choose one of those trees from earlier, and you can see the results already. The area is covered in these trees, and these aren't even all the same models in game. Like, this is all one model, and you can't even tell because they're all at like different rotations and stuff. But this brings up its own problem, because you see how some of these trees are at like this angle here? Yeah, that's not really what I want. So to fix this, we just have to set a limit to the randomness. And here in the proton scatter element under this randomized transforms section, you shouldn't really change the y value, because that's what makes it change the different directions of the tree. But if we change the other two values here, we can stop the tree from being too tilted. And as you can see, the trees are still random and tilted, but they aren't too crooked. Now, here's the really neat part. You can make the plugin do this for multiple assets. For example, we can have multiple tree types, all in the same area. And another thing you can do under the randomize transforms section is that the height of these trees can be changed to different heights by changing the maximum Y scale. And this allows some of the assets to be taller than others. And here's another thing. If I wanted to add some grass, for example, and okay, wait, no, it's not this one because it's broken, but the other one here, you see that by adding a third scatter item, we can actually change the individual amount and scale of each asset. So here we have some larger grass, and then something else we can do in general is we can change the density of the assets in the area, which is especially helpful when there's more than one asset, especially when one of those assets is like grass. So another really helpful feature for this is the scatter shape, and you can actually have multiple of these, because when they are in different places, they will be placed in every area that is within the shape and on the ground. And another helpful part for me specifically is that you can have the shape set to be negative, meaning that no asset will spawn in those areas, which means that we can have like a little clearing, like here, or a path through the forest, for example. Okay, that's all for now. Have a good day. Bye.